It's summer, and everyone's thoughts naturally turn to getting trimmed and toned for those hot summer fashions. Unsurprisingly, a lot of us struggle with exercise and diet and trying to keep that ideal, beautiful figure. But a huge key to your success could be in how you're approaching it. Let's dive in. Hi, I'm Keisha of New World Mind and Spirit. Thank you for joining me today. As the summer goes on, we all want to focus on having that ideal body to show in those summer fashions, like tank tops and shorts, and of course swimsuits and bikinis. And it's no surprise that we immediately put a lot of pressure on ourselves to lose a lot of weight or to do a lot of sculpting very quickly. And it is even more unsurprising that so many of us struggle with this. And I actually would like to present some tips that will definitely help you in whenever you are trying to get that ideal figure that you're aiming to do for summer or for any time. You know, having a wonderful body is great year-round, and it's just as wonderful to have it in a bikini as it is to have it in your ski outfit in the winter. So one thing I want to bring up is the very concept of nutrition. Obviously, when we're taking care of ourselves, we want to think about putting into our bodies nutritional things that will help feed us and make us well and make us healthier and stronger and leaner. And the same thing is also true for our minds. Now, me as a hypnotist, I know that our behaviors and doing the things that we want to do always begin with our minds. And to try to force ourselves using brute force is often going to be unsuccessful. So it's very important to start with mind nutrition to train yourself to then do body nutrition and exercise. So this is what I mean when I talk about changing from the inside out, getting in shape from the inside out, starting with nutrition for your mind and working the way out. Your actions and your results are always going to follow what's in your mind. And what do I mean, you may ask, by mind nutrition? What I mean is literally changing your approach to how you see diet and nutrition. You need to change the relationship that you have between food, between nutrition and exercise and yourself. Often when we struggle, it's because we are having a bad relationship with the things that we need in order to get the results that we have. And this is why I want to talk about 3 tips to change yourself and shape yourself up from the inside out. And they all are about changing the relationship that you have between yourself and exercise and nutrition. The number one thing we're going to talk about is change your language. And even backing up, you may ask, why do we need to change the relationship? Our culture pretty much has set up a sort of status quo relationship, where we are always at war with ourselves, where we are always wanting things that are bad for us, and that having things that are good for us are something that is hard to do because we don't like it. And that right there is setting us up for failure. When we talk about having to watch what we eat, when we talk about having to drag ourselves into, an exercise program, that right away is going to train your mind to resist it. And we don't want resistance. We want to actually embrace these things. We want to make the things that are going to give us the body that we want to be desirable to us. And it starts with changing your language. And even though right now, as you're sitting here, you may say, no, you don't understand. I hate exercise. I hate vegetables. That right there, I challenge you to stop saying. We are always programming ourselves with the words that we say. And we need to start changing the language that we have towards foods that we desire, towards exercise that we desire. And the power of choice is one of the most important things that we can ever have. And it all begins with saying, I choose to exercise because I want the results it's going to give me. I choose to eat in a healthy and lighter style because I want to look wonderful naked. And this is where these changes begin. And it's not saying, lying to yourself or saying, oh, I love exercise when you really don't believe it. What you want to start with is a realization that you don't necessarily love it right now, but you are making the choice to do it because you want the results. So always exercise that. Exercise the power of language and the power of choice. When you are referring to your exercise, referring to eating alkaline and vegetable things, I choose to because, and then you can supply whatever it is that you want. I choose to because I want that tight ass. I choose to because I want to look good in bed. All of these things that fire you is important to be used in your sentence. Number 2 is it's important to change the images and the emotions that are going to be behind our relationship with food and exercise. Obviously, usually when people hate exercise, they hate the idea of sweating. They hate the idea of doing things that are hard, and it makes them work, and it feels so torturous, and they can't catch their breath, and all of these things. And these are the images that usually come to your mind whenever they think of exercise. And of course, it's no surprise that people automatically just shut themselves down. They're like, I don't like this and I don't want to do this. So your mind always responds to emotions and to images that you're putting into your mind. So it's very important to replace those images, replace those emotions with not the act itself, but with what you want on the other side of it. So for example, if you're doing your exercise you're doing your squats, your Pilates, your yoga to get a nice tight ass, what you want to do is to fill your mind with images and the emotions of that end result. How will you feel when you have that wonderful pair of jeans on and your partner just can't take their eyes off of your butt, or you go to a store and other people can't take their eyes off your butt, that sort of a thing. How's that going to feel for you? That emotion that image is what you want to associate with exercise, with eating well. Example, eating more vegetables and eating more fruits and eating the things that you want. It's important to not have that image of restriction that you associate with vegetables, but have that image of what you are looking for, that thinner body, that beautiful body, that clear skin, that beautiful skin that only comes from people who take care of themselves very well, very healthy, that ageless skin. Being someone who's older and looking so much younger, looking 10 years younger naturally, without having to go to plastic surgery, that sort of thing. What are the emotions behind that? You need to correlate the emotions and the images with the end result and associate that with exercise. And you can do that through photos. You can literally find old photos of yourself. Maybe you're trying to retain that weight that you used to have, or photos of something of an ideal body that you're trying to get. You can really look at that and put that near your exercise equipment where you want to work out, but you really want to charge that in that way. And number 3 is to start small and practice self-compassion. This is so important. Many people blow their motivation because they try too much at once. They go from not exercising at all to trying to exercise, 4 to 5 times a week, or they go from eating mostly fast food to trying to eat salad every day. And it's just not realistic at all. You need to start small, because when you start small, let's say exercising once a week when you weren't exercising at all, eating salad maybe once or twice a week when you weren't eating any salad. When you start small and you are able to do that, you're more likely to keep continuing, and you're more likely to be easy on yourself. Being hard on yourself and punishing yourself really helps no one in these cases. It just gets you off that positive, trajectory that you were on, knocks you back down to where you were, and puts you in a bad state of mind. Your mind responds to love and compassion just the same as, you know, a child or your favorite pet. You know, when they do something wrong, you don't yell at them and berate them and make them feel awful. And you shouldn't do that to yourself either. It's not going to help. If that should happen and you find that you're slipping, just know that you always have the chance to start over. We live with incredible chances, incredible offers of free will throughout our life. And just know that you can just start over at any time. So just forgive yourself, say that's okay. And then you also want to ask yourself, I wonder what, you know, I could be doing better, and go from there. And it's so, so important to do that. And reward yourself for just little, small increments. Just a little bit at a time. Just be reasonable. And just love yourself. So important. And also, I would definitely encourage you to try hypnosis. Hypnosis is an incredible method that can be used to get incredible results. And it's all about programming yourself for success from the inside out. Your body and your behavior is always going to follow your mind. So it's really, really important to program yourself correctly. And I certainly can help you do that. I invite you to reach out to me, to contact me today for a free phone consultation. And, you know, I have an incredible sale that's going on right now. And definitely just see, you know, what hypnosis can do for you and find out for yourself. You have nothing to lose, you know, if you decide it's not for you. But I really think you'll be surprised at what it can do for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. And we will catch up in the next video in this series. And until then, continue to enjoy your summer and be safe and be well. Take care.